My name is Michael Carey Chow, and I'm the founder of Co-Creator. We bring AI to the arts. That's writing, illustration, animation, and probably a lot more things in the near future. When I started with Grace, I had just gotten several great opportunities, and I really wanted to rise to the occasion, didn't want to mess it up. And so I wanted to find a partner in wrangling myself. My biggest concern about working with Grace was whether or not I could afford it. It was a new kind of expense for me. I had never done personal coaching before, so yeah, everything was allocated already to other projects and other places, and I wasn't sure if it was the right investment. Um, but yeah, it turns out it really is. Coaching has really helped me get beyond myself. Um, Last spring, I decided to take everything up a level and start a few apps, get clients, and I knew that I had to get out of my own way. Um, and I also knew from many attempts at doing this, meditation and exercise, and all the things that I wanted help. So I looked around and I found Grace. One of the things I love about Grace is how authentic she is, how actionable her advice is, and how well she reflects the incoherent babble that comes out of my mouth when I'm trying to represent myself in the present. She'll reflect it back to me, and out of that conversation comes practical things I can try the next week. So I love this whole method of um, working on myself while I'm working in business. So it's not like I have to take a break away from business. This happens in the flow, in the messy flow. She's helped me um, show my work. This is something I've always wanted to do ever since I heard Austin Kleon recommend it, but I found it difficult. Through working with Grace, I've been able to develop a social media platform. It used to be that I would post some things about me or about some projects, and then a week later go and delete them, delete all the posts because it just didn't fit, didn't feel right, didn't feel perfect. So, working with Grace, I've been able to develop a body of work. I've posted 100 AI animation experiments and have since gotten 10,000 followers from 50. So that's a very tangible change, and yet there's even more important things like I've been able to change habits that were not serving me. I've been able to, as an introvert, um, hold so many Zoom calls. I never would believe I would be able to do that. So somehow, my energy level has and my energy reserves have really grown, and it's thanks to this work. Before working with Grace, I had the habit of working endlessly on experiments and not really showing them or sharing them until I felt like they were ready. And often that time never came. So a lot of things never got shared and just got shelved. And since working with Grace, I have learned to let things go, let people see them, to get them in front of my audience while I'm still working on them. And amazingly, this has given me the lift I need to carry projects through and iterate and evolve them. Um, Something I never could have done on my own. Um, and This connection with my audience has been invaluable. What I like most about working with Grace is that her full attention is on getting me out of my own way. She's a great listener, and she's um, very wise. She's a lot of practical tips, and and also is not afraid to challenge me. Um, and I look forward to our calls every week because I know I have an ally who's um, who's going to help me be more me. The biggest takeaway I have from working with Grace is that it's never too late to make the adjustments to get back on course, and awareness and acceptance of the state of how things are is a simple and bullseye technique to bring me back into the present, orient me towards the future I want to build, and does it without magical thinking, but in full acceptance of how things are, good and bad. So feels very real, very actionable, um, and at the same time, full of hope. If I hadn't hired Grace, I'm sure I would be reenacting the same patterns that I have been for years. Um, I have a bit of shiny object syndrome. She's pointed out, and I tend to start up new endeavors as a way to escape the pain of current ones. Perhaps maybe that's a way of saying it. And I probably would be chasing shiny objects if I hadn't gotten coaching from her. So um, instead, I'm doubling down on the things that I'm doing, and they're actually growing, and it feels amazing. So thank you, Grace. You should work with Grace if you've tried it all before and it just keeps getting you back to the same stuck place. You should work with Grace if you have fears that are preventing you from getting what you know is right within reach. And you should work with Grace if you have a dream that you know it's time to get to. Good luck.